In 2006, a group of teenage boys filmed a DVD so disturbing that police begged the public not to watch it. What was captured on that disc would haunt a community, destroy a young girl's life, and expose the darkest side of adolescent cruelty. In Werribee, a quiet suburb outside Melbourne, a group of 12 teenagers calling themselves the Teenage Kings of Werribee shocked the nation. They recorded a DVD they named The Movie, a chilling chronicle of violence, cruelty, and reckless behavior. The footage showed the boys manufacturing dangerous chlorine bombs, picking fights at local schools, and harassing their classmates. Their cruelty soon spilled into the streets. They targeted strangers, throwing eggs, hitting people in the face, and harassing members of the public. One homeless man was especially targeted. The boys dropped a lit flare roughly 10 to 15 feet above him and returned again later and threw yet another flare at him. Fortunately, from what is known, the man survived these attacks. They also assaulted a taxi driver, provoking and intimidating him and pelting his car with eggs. The incident was serious enough to be reported in local newspapers. Shockingly, the boys were so proud of the coverage that they included the article as part of the DVD itself. The DVD also captured chaotic house parties where fights broke out and homes were trashed, with kids kicking holes through walls. But everything you've heard so far pales in comparison to what came next.
The victim!
The most disturbing footage on the DVD showed the boys luring a mentally disabled 17-year-old girl into a park. They pretended to befriend her, but it was all part of a setup. Once there, they coerced her into performing a sex act on one of the boys, all while laughing, mocking her, and recording the entire thing. She was visibly uncomfortable. At one point, she asked them to stop filming, but they didn't. Instead, they humiliated her further. They smeared feces on her, urinated on her, and threw objects at her as she cried. The video shows her desperately trying to wipe herself off, but they just kept laughing. It's hard to comprehend how someone could do that to another human being, especially someone so vulnerable. And then, they put it on the DVD, like it was just another prank, another scene, another trophy. This wasn't teenage rebellion. This was premeditated abuse, designed to degrade and humiliate a vulnerable young girl. The footage showed a complete absence of empathy, a chilling reminder of how cruelty can hide behind the veil of youth. But the horror did not end there. The DVD wasn't kept private. The boys burned copies and distributed them throughout the neighborhood and local schools, selling them for $5 each, flaunting their crimes like entertainment. Once the DVD's contents became public knowledge, media outlets swarmed the story. Headlines screamed about the DVD and the Teenage Kings of Werribee, painting a picture of shocking, unthinkable cruelty. Detective Inspector Simon Clements of Victoria Police called it quite disturbing. There is no humor in it. He added that anyone who saw the DVD as a joke should have a good look at themselves. The police condemned the acts in no uncertain terms, warning the community about the graphic and harmful nature of the footage. Authorities urged anyone who came across the DVD not to watch or share it, emphasizing the psychological harm it could cause. Despite the warnings, segments of the video was uploaded online under the title "Pimp My Wife," where it reportedly gained over 2,500 views before being taken down for violating platform guidelines. The public reaction was one of outrage and disbelief. Many struggled to comprehend how such acts could be committed by local teenagers, boys from their own schools and neighborhoods. As the footage circulated, some media outlets pointed fingers at the MTV series Jackass, claiming it had inspired the boys' behavior. But even Johnny Knoxville, the star of Jackass, publicly condemned the DVD, saying,
I was going to a radio station this morning, I get out of the car and there's a reporter going, "What do you think of the Jackass-inspired stunt?" I'm like, what the f*** are you talking about, Jackass-inspired stunt? We're not mean-spirited, we're not evil, we don't like those guys, those little bastards.
The controversy reignited painful debates about youth violence, social responsibility, and how media platforms should handle such disturbing content. After an extensive police investigation, in March 2007, 8 teenage boys were charged. 7 were 17, and 1 was 18. They faced serious charges including assault, coercion, and manufacturing CP. All 8 pleaded guilty and were placed into a rehabilitation program focused on boundaries, consent, and respectful sexual conduct. 7 had convictions recorded. 6 were placed on youth supervision orders lasting 12 to 18 months, and 2 were given 12-month probation. But they weren't the only ones involved. A total of 11 boys were eventually linked to the assault featured on the DVD. While the core 8 were sentenced in 2007, 3 others later pleaded guilty in 2008. Out of the entire group, 1 boy walked away without any charges, a detail that sparked even more outrage among the public. While the boys faced legal consequences, many viewed the punishments as far too lenient for the scale of harm caused. The emotional and psychological toll on the victims and community ran far deeper than any sentence handed down. Do you believe justice was served, or do you believe more could have been done? For Werribee, the scars remain, a quiet suburb forever changed by the darkest side of adolescence, a reminder of how quickly trust and safety can be shattered. Thank you for watching. If this video has been difficult to watch, remember you're not alone, and help is always available. If you or someone you know is dealing with violence, trauma, or abuse, please reach out to local support services or someone you trust. Stories like the Werribee DVD aren't just cautionary tales, they're calls to action. It's up to all of us to build safer communities and protect those who can't protect themselves. If you found this video informative, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell to stay updated on more deep dives into disturbing and important stories.